Okay, we are chapter 1 review number 1. So, page 32, number 53. It says suppose M is the midpoint. So I have F, G, and it says M is the midpoint. If Fm is 3x minus 4, so Fm is 3x minus 4. Mg is 5x minus 26, 5x minus 26. And then what is Fg? So this total. So if M is the midpoint, I know that this has to equal this. That is the definition of midpoint. It splits our two segments to be equal. So 3x minus 4 equals 5x minus 26. I'm going to subtract 3x, 2x minus 26 equals negative 4. Add 26 to both sides. 22 equals 2x, so x has to equal 11. If x equals 11, then I can go ahead and I can plug it back in, and then I'm going to take 2 times that. So Fg is going to have to be 5 times 11 is 55. 55 minus 26 gives us 29. So 29 times 2 would give me 58. Number 49. Find the coordinates of the missing end point if B is the midpoint of AC. So AC, B is the midpoint. So I have negative 4, 2, negative 4, 2. B is 6, negative 1. C is x2, y2. I don't know what C is, but I do know that my formula is x1, which is negative 4, plus x2 divided by 2 has to equal my x value for the midpoint, which is 6. I know my y value is going to be 2 plus y2 divided by 2 has to equal negative 1. That's how I'm going to be able to find the midpoint. So times 2 times 2, or the endpoint. 2 times 2, so that's negative 4 plus x squared equals, multiply both sides by 2. That gives me 12. Add 4 to both sides. So my second endpoint is 16 for the x value. Multiply both sides by 2. Only the bottom 2 goes away, not the top. So we got 2 plus y. Y2 equals negative 2. Minus 2 minus 2. Y2 equals negative 4. There are my points. So my midpoint would be 16, negative 4. Number 52, or page 52, 35. Page 52, number 35. It says WX and YZ intersect at point V. So we got WX is a line, intersects YZ, so YZ at point V. And it says if WVY is 4a plus 58, 4a plus 58, and XVY, so XVY, so if this is 4a, XVY is 2b minus 18, 2b minus 18. Find the value of AB so that WX is perpendicular to YZ. So this would have to be 90 and this would have to be 90, even though I didn't draw it. Said that they need to be perpendicular. So I know 4a plus 58 has to be 90. and I know 2b minus 18 has to be 90. So if I were to solve this, a would be 18, or sorry, a would be 8, b would be 54. Page 62, number 26. Number 26. Says graph each. So I'm going to go ahead and graph this and see what it looks like first. So we got -3, -3, -1, 2, 3, -1, 2, 3. I got 3, 2. So 1, 2, 3, 2. And I got 3, -3. 1, 2, 3, -1, 2, 3. Okay? And it says find the perimeter and area. So let's find the perimeter first. So this is a straight line from one to the other. So this would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Which means I need to find this side of the triangle. So that would be 6 squared plus 5 squared equals c squared. So I'm using the Pythagorean theorem, not the distance formula. So that would be 36 plus 25 equals c squared. So I got to take the square root of both. So that would be 36 plus 25. That gives me 61. So this is square root of 61. I cannot break down square root of 61. So if I were to find the perimeter, it would be 6 plus 5 plus square root of 61. So that would, 6 plus 5 is 11. So I would get 11 square root 61 for the perimeter because I added the sides. I cannot add this to this. If I wanted to, I could go ahead and get the decimal, but I am not going to get the decimal upon that. So the area would be base times height divided by 2, or base times height divided by 2, so that'd be 30 divided by 2, which equals 15. So my area would be 15. Okay? So, Mr. Bourne, what if I took the square root of 61? The book even has 18.8. So if you were to do that, you were going to get 18.8, but I like to keep it as 11 plus square root of 61. Page 71, number 14. It says determine whether the solid is a polyhedron. So this is a polyhedron because there are no circles with it. Everything connects. Identify the solid. So if I were to identify this, I look back. This is, let me see. This looks like a triangular prism. So it's a triangular prism. Name the bases. So we got a triangular prism. The bases would be so the bases would be triangle JLK, triangle MNP. And how do I know that those are the bases? Because they are a darker shade. So those would be the bases, and then the faces would be the lighter sides. So my faces would be triangle JKL, MNP. So it adds, so faces are including the bases. And then we would have triangle, or sorry, rectangle, MPKJ, rectangle, PKLN, and rectangle, MNLJ. The edges. So if you were to look at the edges, so instead of me writing all this, this is what I should have done in the beginning. The edges would be MP, PK, KJ, JN, JL. So here are the answers to number 14 for the vertices, sides, and everything. Number 20. Find the surface area and the volume of each solid. So here we go. So this is a cone. So my surface area is pi RL plus pi R squared. And then my volume is 1/3 pi R squared H. So I would have pi, so 3.14. My radius is 5 because I gotta take half of that. So I gotta take half, so half of 10 is 5. So my length is 12 plus pi. My radius is 5 squared. So 3.14 times 5 times 12 plus 3.14 times 5 squared, and I get 266.9, 266.9. Okay, here we go. Next, length. Length. I apologize. The length is not 12 because that would be the height. The length is the side, which would be 13. 13 is the length. So then that would change our answer. So 3.14 times 5 times 13 plus 3.14 times 5 squared. Oops. 3.14 times 5 times 13. 3.14 times 5 times 13. I gotta add this to 3.14 times 5 squared. Gives me 282.6. That's much better. Okay. Then the next one, here is the height. The height is up and down. So we get 1/3 pi. My radius is 5 squared. My height is 12. So 1 divided by 3 times 3.14 times 5 squared times 12 gives me 314. And I am done.